That's right, you've read the title correctly. Gays are immune to death. Well, no, obviously this is not true, but some would like to think that. Hey guys, it's Will12Bell, also known as Erica57, and we're back, but with something a little bit different. This is the first gaming or political video that I've posted right here on Will12Bell Talks. This video is going to set an example for what is to come from me. This video is going to talk about a game that is very close to my heart, very near and dear to my heart. Life is Strange Before the Storm. If you just so happen to find this video and were not a fan of me already, I have a gaming channel. Yes, I really do. The footage you are seeing just right about now is a playthrough of me and Before the Storm. You can find all my links in the description if you bother to look. Well, with that shameful self-advertising at its end, let's continue with the video. I was up early one morning, let's say 3 a.m. I was scrolling through my Twitter feed when I came across a PC Gamer article featuring Life is Strange Before the Storm. It was called Life is Strange Before the Storm Broke Our Hearts in Good and Bad Ways, and it was written by Emily Brown. The article starts off with, want to play a game that will stamp all over your heart, leaving you regretting every decision you've ever made and have you questioning why you even bothered in the first place? But in a good way? If your answer to all the above is yes, then might I suggest Life is Strange Before the Storm? I do answer yes to all these questions. It started off really well talking about the story, each episode, and what it contained. I was really enjoying this article. Until it got to the part, we get it. Rachel is dead. Yes, Emily, we know Rachel is dead.
Look, this is it. Are you gonna help me, Max? Chloe, stop. Look. Please, no. Oh, that smell. Rachel. Oh. No, Rachel, no, please not her.
We found her.
Chloe. Rachel, what? I'm sorry, Chloe. I'm so sorry. I loved her so much. How can she be dead? What kind of world does this? Who does this?
The article then goes on to explain, the series ends with a decision to lie to Rachel about her father's dirty dealings or tell her the truth. Compared to the ultimatum at the end of Life is Strange, the decision is pretty low stakes. I do agree the final choice in Life is Strange Before the Storm is a fuck ton less important than Life is Strange. Lying or not lying to your friend versus saving your hometown or your reunited best friend? That was personally the hardest decision I ever had to make in a video game. But it had to be done. I don't know. This is the hardest decision of the entire game, man. And as a small tear comes out of my eye. Fuck. But the thing is, when we're going to be playing Before the Storm, we're going to be playing as Chloe, and to find out her fate, to know what the fuck happened. It's already bad because we'll be the two main characters will be dead. Like, that's already going to be sad. But all those people. Fuck you, Brooke. Fuck you. Warren, oh fuck Warren, no. Warren's in the diner, isn't he? It goes on to talk about the credits. Chloe dyeing her hair, rolling around Arcadia Bay in Chloe's truck, getting their tattoos, etc. This is where it should have ended. It's bittersweet, given what we know will happen in the future, but heartwarming to see Chloe and Rachel enjoy some time together. I am still not at the main point, guys. Please bear with me. Yet, for some reason, a post-credit scene was added showing Chloe desperately trying to contact Rachel, while the sounds of a camera go off in the background, reminding us of Rachel's fate in the dark room. This kind of emotional manipulation is something that a lot of players, myself included, found unnecessary. It was a twist of the knife that seemed too obvious. I found this scene unnecessary, but I am glad the devs put it in. I did not find this scene obvious at all. Just look at me in the video coming up. I was confused until I realized what was going on. Then I was shocked. I found it unexpected. It really shook me. Made me feel something. No. 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 That gave me chills. I did not understand what it was. I didn't understand. That was Mr. Jefferson and or Nathan taking pictures of Rachel Amber. And Chloe calling, trying to get a hold of her. Not realizing that she would be dead very soon. This is what developers should be doing. Shocking their audiences, manipulating them, making them feel something in their cold, dead hearts like my own. Now finally, to my big point. The ending also played into a lot of damaging tropes that queer people have been battling against within media. The bury your gays trope. Then it links to a Wikipedia article where anyone can write anything, but I digress. It gives us a definition of this trope. In scripted television, bury your gays. Bury your gays, and more specifically, dead lesbian syndrome, describes a trope in fiction that requires that gay or lesbian characters die or meet another unhappy ending, such as becoming insane. I actually do think this is a trope. I'm going to say this multiple times throughout this video. It is a trope. Yes, a high percentage of gay females die within TV, movies, and games. What's the problem with that? I don't understand. Queer women in TV, film, and now games seem to have a nasty habit of dying, and after a while, it begins to wear you down. Well, I don't think Deck 9, Don't Not, or Square Inc. considered this when they created their game. I wish they had. This is where my biggest problem is within this article. Why do you wish Deck 9, Don't Not, and Square Inc. considered this trope? Just want to make a quick note here. When I say gay, I'm usually going to mean the entire LGBTQ. I'm not exactly politically correct here. I'm just going to say gay. LGBTQ is a lot longer, but I'll just be less specific and say gay. So, Emily, why did you not want them to die? Finally, the article goes back to something I agree with. Having said all this, I was not expecting a happy ending. Rachel's dead when Max returns to Arcadia Bay. Deck 9 had a responsibility to the canon that Don't Not created. However, I found it hard to get behind the decision to keep Rachel dead in every outcome of the game, especially when the mechanic revolves around player choice and, well, time travel. I half-heartedly agree with this. I do think there should be some way for Rachel to live. However, I don't want the reason for Rachel to live be her sexuality. A gay character's sexuality should not be important. I love Rachel. I love Chloe. I even love Max. Not because of their sexuality, but their character, their morals, their personality, and their quirks. I don't need to relate to them. They don't need to be my race, my religion, my gender, or my sexual orientation for me to like them. It is an artistic decision to put a gay character in a game. It should be an artistic decision for devs to do whatever the hell they want to them. The developers of a game don't owe you jack shit. Not a gay character, not a black one, not a fucking Muslim. They don't owe you anything. I think we can all agree that video games is a form of art. That developers should be considered artists. That's the way they should be able to stay. Art. After I read this article, I naturally had to start a conversation. I made a comment on Twitter and on the article itself. I got a couple snags. I want to make an unrelated point here. Argument is not bad. Debate is not bad. Differing points of view is not bad. They can actually be good. They can actually do some good. They solve problems with no bloodshed, with no harms. I'm an avid supporter of free speech. You should always let your opponent speak, even if they have drastically differing points of view than yours. Let them speak. Point out their flaws in their argument. With that said, let's get into the conversations. We're going to first start with the comment I posted to the article. I said, agreed with everything until the end of the article. Queer women seem to have a nasty habit of dying. Well, I don't think Neck9, Don't Not, or Square Inc. considered this when they created the game. I wish they had. Gay people aren't allowed to die anymore? I said that was the biggest problem with the article. I meant it. However, I did have to skip a few words here and there to put it into tweet form. First comment I got, he's probably saying that gay characters dying in games and movie are turning into a bit of a trope. Well, I think she got a little bit confused and thought the author was male. Not exactly sure here. But I responded, I 100% agreed with this. I went on to say that gay characters dying is nothing new. In the case of Rachel, this should not be considered one of these tropes. Texas Gold Rush said, Rachel dying, going after and attempting to date a male teacher, this takes the notion of barrier gaze in regards to her death off the table. Personally, I don't know if Rachel was going after Mr. Jefferson. I think it was complete opposite. Mr. Jefferson was going after Rachel, but this does remind me of Rachel actually having a relationship with Frank.
That makes me ill that Rachel posed like this for Frank. I wrote him love letters. I can't believe she was banging Frank. Rachel straight up lied to my face. Why didn't she say anything?
Rachel. Oh, God. She was the one good thing in my life, Max. I know she was too young. I expect her to leave me. Just not how it happened. I would never have stopped her from going after her dreams.
The end of the discussion was just us saying how the author was probably salty. On Twitter, this was a much more confusing debate. I made the same comment and got a few responses. First one I got, it's not that they aren't allowed to, it's the fact that there's already been an overwhelming amount of them doing it. Gay people are never allowed to have happy endings. They have to have some tragic death. Speaking from experience, it's very disheartening for LGBTQIA folks. Don't know what the IA at the end are, but let's continue. Why is it disheartening that a gay character dies? What is that gay character's a complete fucking asshole? And why is it disheartening to just LGBTQ folks? Straight people can't be sad at a gay character's passing? Not only that, can a LGBTQ folk be sad at a straight character's death? Once again, I acknowledge the trope, but also asked for a solution, and even gave one of my own. What are we going to do about it? How about not kill LGBTQ people for a year to make up for it? That is just absurd. It's an artistic decision by the devs. It doesn't matter that she's LGBTQ. It's an artistic decision by the developers. I would not care any more or any less for Rachel if she was gay or not. Yes, it actually matters a lot. It boils down to another dumb forbidden love trope. And what's worse is it goes nowhere. Dozens of people bought this game hoping it explored Chloe's relationship with a girlfriend she tragically lost. And it doesn't even do that. 2. What's more, gay characters dying at an overwhelming rate is more than an artistic decision. It's a continuation of harmful status quo in fiction. Also, it doesn't even matter if it was simply an artistic choice. It doesn't mean it was a bad one. We don't know that Rachel and Chloe were a girlfriend. Why were you expecting the game to explore a relationship with a girlfriend? We didn't even know how close Chloe and Rachel possibly were. Hell, the game can have you just be friends throughout the entire fucking game. And why is Rachel's death not an artistic choice? Why is it a bad one? If Life is Strange never included Rachel's death, I believe it would have been a far worse story. I would not have cared about my choices in Before the Storm as much, nor the relationship, if any, Chloe and Rachel shared. I judge someone based on their character, not their gender, not their race, and not their sexuality. It doesn't matter if she was LGBTQ. When I said character, I meant the first definition. The fact that Rachel and Chloe are bisexual is a part of their character. She's referring to the second definition. Then she's a grammar Nazi. Blah, blah, blah. I'll say that while the repetition of LGBT characters' death is an issue with media in general, I'll discount it for this game because we know both Chloe and Rachel died from Life is Strange. But LGBT people do deserve happy endings, and I hope more writers come to understand that this year. Was ready to call it, but Chloe didn't die in my playthrough. I chose to save her. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Fuck! I killed everyone. Every single person I've talked to in this game is dead. Everyone. Everyone. A lot of people were stronger than me. I could not sacrifice Chloe. I couldn't. I was too weak. I couldn't. Oh, fuck. What have I done? Had nothing to do with her possibly being LGBTQ. I agree, LGBTQ people do deserve happy endings, just as much as non-LGBTQ. Being LGBTQ should not influence writers whether to kill a character or not. Holy shit, how many times did I have to say LGBTQ? Oh, fuck. The key thing to focus on is I agree, LGBTQ people do deserve happy endings. However, they deserve happy endings just as much as straight people. I also got a comment saying, if all LGBTQ characters were immune to death, then it would be a very boring game. Right? We would know, oh shit, that person's gay, they can't die. I do agree with that. It would be a very, very different and boring game. I want to end this video with a quote from Greckenberg. He's a showrunner for the series Star Trek Discovery. When he was asked why he killed off a beloved gay character, he said, "We can't be afraid to take people through the good times, and the bad times, and the horrifying hard times, in this case." Well, there you have it. That is just my opinion and a few others. I want to hear from you. Message me on Twitter, comment on this video. I want to hear from you. Everything I mentioned will be in the description. Also, if you got something that you'd like me to talk about or hear my opinion about, please tell me. The research, the editing, writing a script. If you thought this video was scripted, most of it was. I was reading off an entire Google Doc right now. Holy shit. As well as recording commentary and getting all the screenshots of the comment. I would be most appreciated if you can give this video a like, a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Will12Bell Talks. Subscribe to Will12Bell Gaming. Watch my playthrough of Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. I would very much appreciate it. I'll be uploading to this channel when I can. Will12Bell Gaming is going to still continue to be my main focus. But with that said, thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you guys. Goodbye.